like to make this shiny thing.
Hello and welcome to Project Mosquito.
He beat me to it. Hello. It's our first core intro. This.
Yeah.
Well, it's not our first core intro. It's actually like the 12th take or something because we keep talking over each other. So what we've done is I've cleaned up all the sills and all of the sheet metal. I still need to kind of create a light sand just to make it all look even. But we've done that so that you can see it. Now what we have to do is try the body.
We haven't actually tried the body yet. We've kind of put all the tubes in place with the body on top.
Yeah.
What
And we've
about-
added stuff like engine mounts and stuff like that.
And we just got to see.
It's all a bit approximate. We know some stuff has to go. Luckily, the body that is incredibly bodged. It's two different generations of GTMs stuck together because it had been on fire. And so there are some incredibly thick fiberglass areas. Like you touch a Lotus and it's like floppy. Like you pick up a nice modern carbon fiber panel and it's like floppy. Whereas that is like Spanish fishing boat levels of fiberglass in some places. It is, isn't it? Yeah. And we speak from experience. So what we have to do, we have to chop off the bits that we know we have to chop off. Things like some of the inner wing, because, well, the wheels used to live kind of here, and now they live over here. So the inner wheel well is not where the wheel is. They're in two different postcodes. So I have to take some out of that. And normally when people do a K-Series breather, they put these two on the front. And for whatever reason, ours is on the back. So we've got to notch some for that.
Yep.
That's what we know of. Also, when I made these gussets in the video called, whatever it's called, gussets. That's what it's called. That's what the video's called, I think. I made them with the body on, and then Dad welded them on with the body off. So we have no idea how they'll fit, and hopefully everything will be all right. So first things first, lop off the bits that need lopping off. Let's make it lighter. I've chopped a bit of the inner wing out. I don't want to take it all out. It will have to be removed. It will have to be changed. But it's all bits. The two inner wings are completely different from each other anyway. This is from a much earlier car. You can tell that because it has what I assume is a piece of balsa wood in it here, which the other side doesn't have. Like I said, they're from two completely different cars, two completely different eras of GTM. This red piece, which was originally yellow, I think, is, I don't know, potentially, 10 years, 20 years older than the white bit. So, but it is much older because they've used wood and the construction is thinner and they've taken a bit more care, I think, in some places. But, God knows. But, yeah, these wheel arches will be removed completely, as will the boot area, because it has to be remade. Because it's not only the wrong shape, but it's just terrible. It's a lash up. They did a good job of getting it all square. Like the body's actually a body, and it's not. There's no like step in the joint or anything. No bad step anyway. Maybe a little bit, but they did the best. And anything that can be put back, like the piece that went in is the back window, will be put back in. But unfortunately, that's not fit for anything. So missed it. This looks a bit drastic, but it's not so bad. I'm shocked at how stiff this is. It's probably the stiffest part of the chassis. It was like 3 and 4 layers thick in places. It was built like a tank. Just this bit, the strongest part of the chassis right there. In the boot. Right. So, it fits like sunglasses on a pig. Really? So, the problem that we have is, as predicted, the gussets were welded in without the body on, otherwise it would have set on fire again. And, yeah, somebody miscalculated. Dad.
I didn't do it.
But I will say that the line that I scribed here in our first video when I was talking about the line from which we were, what do you call it, datum line, from which we were to measure everything. Our datum line is still exactly, if you come round and look through this backwards knack event for some reason, this line is exactly where we said it would be. So that's a small success. Do you know what the problem is, don't you? We've made these two gussets identical. And the problem with that is there's a slight difference in where the doors are, left to right. This happens on old cars. Oh, look, we've still got the bottom window frame. And that still fits. But it fits, but it doesn't fit there on that side. Now, we will be able to make that fit. It's not a problem. We're not doing it today, obviously, because when we do the body, we're going to put it on a jig that holds it all square and all as it needs to be, and then we can sort that out. And obviously, being that it's been on fire and stuff, and it has stress cracks everywhere and all of that, there's a lot of body to do, and we need to replace all of this. Because if you look in here, right, there's modifications, there's repairs. This is a pre-cut piece that's been added in, because at one point this car had a Metro turbo engine. So that's all got to change. And of course, these wheel wells, you can see here where these wheel wells are isn't where the wheels are going to be. The inner wing is here, where my hand is, and obviously this is the hub. So it's a really long way away from where the wheel will be, because even we aren't putting wheels on that are that wide, because there'd be no room for suspension. And I still want to retain a boot. I don't want to make the boot any smaller, which is going to be a task, because currently there is an exhaust that needs to occupy the same space as the boot. So we'll have to get a bit clever with that. The way to restore this body, I mean, it's got cracks all the way down here, and it's a mess. Obviously, this car has lived one heck of a life. It needs all the gel coat stripping off it. It needs reinforcing in a lot of areas with better resins and better, more modern fiberglasses. And it needs taking back to bare glass, the entire thing. And we can stiffen it with, like I say, modern resin, modern fiberglass, and maybe even some carbon fiber. Because putting carbon fiber on the back of fiberglass can be really good for areas that need to be stiff. Because the idea of this body is originally it was a monocoque. So you have kind of a floppy chassis and then a floppy body, and when you bolt the two together, they create a less floppy monocoque. A Fiat Topolino works in the same way. And it's a very good idea. But, like I say, this one's a mess.
In this video, we just wanted to show you the car kind of complete, you know, all the parts we've made so far all together, because it's easy to lose track when you're making videos, and just like me welding or Oliver grinding or a combination of both.
A lot of it's been upstairs, kind of packed away since springtime, because we've been rebuilding Citroens. And so when we've made the last couple of videos, they've done really well, thanks to everybody who shared them online and stuff. That's huge. Thanks to all our new subscribers and our old subscribers. Not that you're old, but you know what I mean. Thank you, everybody who participated in helping make these videos bigger than they used to be. And who supports this channel by, you know, clicking the bell icon and all of that stuff. It really, really does help. It helps us build this car. But a lot of you had never seen it like this. And so I've cleaned up all the steel work and stuff so that you can all see it. Because before it was kind of just a black mass, wasn't it? So thank you all for supporting this build, because it's a lot of work, isn't it? Yep. So it's a lot of work, and we're trying to build. Well, we're building a car in a way that other people don't build cars. Nobody else does this. Other people have more sense. And there's a lot of people on YouTube who build cars, and it's kind of by the seat of the pants. Oh, this week I've decided to put this here, and that's not the way that we do things, because everything has to work together.
Design properly and work together.
Yeah, it actually has to be engineered rather than just assembled. And the only parts that we bolt on are parts that we make and then bolt on, except for the springs and shock absorbers, which I've just paid for this morning. So, thank you all for watching. Please be awesome for Twitch, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.